Okay, sir. This is the second video to explain the base case code. As you see here, we have some files here. The base case, it is the main file, and the AV model, and the line data for network IEEE 33 bus, and the load flows, the code of the load flow, and it is the load data of the network, and the last one, it is the system database. So we will explain everyone individually, but we will go to the easiest one, and after that we go to explain all the programs. As you see here, the first one, it is the input data of the line data. The line data, it is contain the number of line. As you see here, we have 32 line of the IEEE, and each line, it is have 4 columns. The first column, it is the sending in bus, and the second one, the third one, it is the receiving in bus, and this is the resistance of the line, and this is the reactance of the line. The line, what it is mean that the line, it is expanded from or connected between bus 1 and to bus 2, and the resistor and the reactance of that line, it is like this, and so on. If you have the number line of 17, it is connected between the 17 bus, 18 bus. The resistance, it is 0.732, and reactance 0.574, and so on. This is the line data bus, and the load data, it is as you see here, we have 4 column. The 4 column, the first one, it is the number of bus. This is the number of bus. The second one, it is the load, real load of bus, of each bus, and the third one, it is the reactive power of each bus, and the last one, it is the number of EV in that bus. As you see here, we explain in the specification, we have at bus 6 75 AVs, and so on. As you another examples, the example, it is maybe the bus number 2, the real power or load, it is 100, the reactive power is 60, and the number of electric vehicles, it is zeros, and so on. Now we go to the AV models. As you see here, it is the type. We have, as mentioned and explained before, we have 10 type of the electric vehicles, and in our assumption of the base case, that when the electric vehicle arrived at home, we will start to charge. Charging the AVs. This is our assumption in the base case. When the electric vehicles, depending on the type, arrive to the home, it immediately start to charging. And as you see here, this is the first column. It is the number of power, and the number in each type, it is dependent on how much the consuming power in our trip. For type 1, we need 1 hour and a half, as you see here, 1 hour and a half to return back the battery to full. The type 2, because type 2, it is as you mentioned, if you go to the distance and table, arrival and departure time of a table, as you see here, 35 kilometer for the type 1. We need to return back the battery to full charge to 35 to 1.5 of hour. And for the type 2, the distance that assumed in our trip of the type 2, it is less than, so we need less than hour, as you say, 64% from the hours, and so on. As you see here, type 10, you need 2 hour and 2.41 from the hour. You mean that we need 2 hours 3 hours, sorry, 3 hours, because this and this, 3 hours, and 0.4 from the 4th hour, and so on for all the types. This is as you mentioned in our assumption, dependent on the assumption 1, it is in the base case the AV will charging when arrived immediately. And the second thing, it is the distance that each type the difference, the other parameters, that the distance that AV take it in each trip, and this the distance reflected on the hours to how much charging, or how much hours need to return back the battery to the full charge. So as you mentioned, two things. The first thing, it is the time of arrival, and the second thing, it is the distance that take it in our trip, and how much the power dependent on the distance. And this power, it mean dependent on the charging rating, 7 kilowatt. You need to full charge the battery, or return back the battery to full charge, maybe 1 hour, 2 hour, half of hour, and so on, dependent on the distance that we take it in our trip for each type. This is for assumption of EV model for the base case. And the last thing, input parameters, it is before we started the program of the base case, it is the system database. It is contain the hours and the load profile, and the charging price and discharging price. And this is for the whole file that input data for our base case. In the next video, we will explain the base case and program, and the load flow, and the result also. And we hope it is clear for you. If you have any question, as you mentioned before, we will happy to help you and answer you about anything that does not understand or misleading. Thank you very much.